Okay, that actually hurt my own chest for a second there. Alright, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Chilled Out Sundays, or as other people or some people are calling it, my friends are calling it, Reaction Sundays. That is right, we are reacting to biggest and hardest NASCAR crashes of 2020, part 1, but this is going to be in 3 parts because 38 minutes is way too long. So we're going to do this in 3 parts, so 10 minutes apiece. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the first 10 minutes of this. And I will be cutting out some of this, so that way you are forced, if you want to see the whole video, go check it out. Link down below. That being said, let's start off with Daytona, the Busch Clash. Let's go.
Then the care center. Oh! Ryan Newman came down, and everybody behind piles up.
I saw a lot of rear tire spin on that restart. I think a lot of guys were struggling with grip, and they just started losing control.
Three drivers made it out in front unscathed: Hamlin, Almirola, and Blaney. So you're going to watch Ryan Newman on this replay as we try to figure out what happened. He's the second car on the outside.
And some of this we are going to have to fast forward through because they will hit me with the copyright.
Could have been contact from the 24 dickheads. And that nose on that. Boy, it wasn't much. It's interesting how, you know, he touches the 6, he starts spinning the wheels, losing control. Then the 24 starts losing control and gets hit. I don't even know if he got hit. I think he just lost it.
Spun the tires?
Yeah, I think when he made a little contact with the 6, then he jumped in the gas and started losing the rear grip and spinning the rear tires.
All right.
Well, certainly no wheel spin there on Jimmy Johnson. He had plenty of.
Almost turned him again.
Let's go to this.
This is wild back here on the back straightaway. Got Boyer giving a big. Oh,
Hamlin around.
Goes around. I bet that fender caused that right rear tire to go down. Logano in it again. This one's going to take the 48 of Jimmy Johnson out this time.
And the 4, and the 1, and the 22.
1, maybe 2 cars that just crossed the line that might be left in this race. Wow.
2.5, and about 3 more coming. Oh my.
That's one way to mow the yard.
Huge push coming from Clint Boyer and Joey Logano to the rear bumper of Chase Elliott. Sends the 11, Denny Hamlin, into turn 3. Watch this car just go around. You know that that's a tire that went down. Had to be.
Hamlin has said on the radio he lost the right rear.
Well, and he was afraid of that. That's what that conversation between him and his crew chief, Chris Gabehart. They're worried about that tire rub.
Here's Hamlin's radio.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I felt it turn 1 and 2.
Center. As Denny prophetically said a bit earlier.
So this is,
Jeff, there's another big consequence
sure,
to this,
is
that these cars are the secondary backups for the Daytona 500 for many, well, they were, for many of these teams.
Well, it just puts more pressure on all these teams and drivers, especially when they go into the duels on Thursday. You're just not going to be. You don't want to ever give up that primary car, especially the Daytona 500 car, but it just kind of starts limiting down your options as you go into the week and in practice too. And look here, look at that heart rate monitor now of Jimmy Johnson, all the way up to 130. That's the highest we've seen it go in this race so far.
This out as Denny Hamlin goes around in front of the field.
Cut to the end of this. We'll just cut to the truck race and we'll look and see what that is.
That thing's square on the roof. What a shame.
Time Majeski.
Because I know they'll replay it.
You just know with all that movement.
As we go back to the highlights.
A push is probably the beginning, and yes, there it is. Todd Gilliland in back of the.
That's Fogelman in the 0-2, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then, man, he just Majeski just turned sideways down the front, and it just tipped right over. NASCAR does so much work in the wind tunnel to have flaps, air flaps, different panels on the truck that blow away that is supposed to prevent that. But
bumping through the tri-oval here is the sketchiest place to do it. And you see that big set that you saw that white truck make right
he was
there.
hitting that side, and that
He needed
lifted
room
up the
to
truck.
save it.
That got just enough air underneath it
You
to
try
create a
do
bubble,
everything
and it
you
just
can
lifted.
to not run into other cars. You try to do everything you can to keep your truck going straight. And unfortunately, wrong place at the wrong time for Ty.
9 trucks involved.
there's the push.
And
Push in the tri-oval was just not the ideal place this
Watch
time of the
right
race,
here.
especially, but it's
See?
hard to make it work through
Just
there.
enough.
Yeah,
Boom.
and it's just not the spot to do it. And these are some of the mistakes that will be made throughout this race. As these drivers have more and more experience, they realize, hey, don't touch each other going through that tri-oval. It is a decent turn, and it doesn't have the banking that turns 1, 2, 3, and 4 have. It's quite a bit flatter, so the car's not compressed into the racetrack, loaded like you really want it to. It's an uneasy feeling, especially when someone's tagging you in the back bumper. Although he didn't do it in a malicious way, he was doing it trying to move his lane forward and trying to, ultimately gain some stage points. But unfortunately, some cars are more stable in those spots than others, and some lessons learned the hard way here.
Yeah, really hard for Todd Majeski. Todd Gillen will go on to race, but learn a valuable lesson. A couple of guys made some amazing moves to get low on the racetrack and miss this mess. How about that? But it isn't over.
I feel like this race is out of control. I don't know what you're thinking.
Rhodes in it, and there goes Rhodes.
And there's everybody else.
Straight up. Go straight, man. Come on straight. Keep coming straight. Get off them.
So many involved. Jesse Little, the 97 around, the 13 of Johnny Sauter in it as well. Sheldon Creed. There's Tyler Ankrum in the 26, and Ben Rhodes. And watch it. This is how it started.
Ben Rhodes from the bumper of Johnny Sauter, but you don't know. He might have been sideways already. These guys were just so close and pushing so hard.
Yeah, you're pushing 3 wide, and as we can tell over and over again, when a car gets to another back bumper, they just become unstable, and yeah, it's a...
Hold on. Anyone else notice that? Watch right here. Literally watch this before he even actually touches his bumper.
Car gets to another back bumper, they just become on.
Before he even touched him, he started going around. It took so much air off of that spoiler, the back end got loose. You can literally see it when you do that. Watch, right? There. Technically, he has not made contact. That is the back bumper cover lifting off.
They just become unstable, and
right there. So there, now do commentary. Now they can shut up with copyright strikes.
For the 99 of Ben Rhodes to be in. He had the 98 door-to-door with him, which is the most unstable your car is going to be. And then a push comes behind you.
Play here as he makes it through as well. That's what you call cool under fire right there. Backed off the gas was why Johnny hit him.
Could be right.
Todd Gilliland in that 38. He's had such a strong truck tonight. Here's the 51 of Riley Herbst.
Look at the move by Hill in the 16, right around the outside of Herbst.
Watch the 7 go straight, like he went straight up to the wall to try to avoid.
Move by the black truck here. This is Corbin Forster on the bottom, about to the outside wall, and just squeezed through that.
Barely, just a little, boop,
Clear,
off the wall.
Comes up right in front of Gregson.
Oh, Rick.
And we got trouble. That's Jeff Burton. Austin Cindric around.
A lot of great cars right here.
Oh, no. Big hits, too. We didn't have a big one in this race 1 year ago.
That's inside 10 to go at Daytona.
So the 8's going to push the 9. The 22 is going to catch up to the
98
8.
comes up and blocks and stacks him up right here. 22 gets in the back of the 8, knocks him down. The rest is history.
The 8 went low,
Just kind of one of
got
those
into the
stack-ups.
18.
But it's a block. A block stacked him up and created that, but that block was a necessity. If the 98 of Chase Briscoe wouldn't have moved up and slowed down the momentum, he would have been passed right there.
Where is the balance on that, Brad? That's a conversation that's been a focal point all week long.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to continue to see this. And, you know, part of it is, you know, these cars can take pushes, but as it works its way back, that energy works its way back, as it did here. The 8 car couldn't take a push. He was already lifting and slowing down. Then he got hit from the back. Car's already light. Instantly turns him around. It's just, you know, to me, that's just one of them
That's a
racing
hard
deals.
hit for that 22.
There are some blocks that I think are bad
At least it was
blocks.
passenger side, not
I don't
driver
think that
side.
was a terrible block. He made one move, and it just all stacked up.
You know, one thing I saw, he didn't quite get all the way up in front of him. It was like he was trying to figure out, do I get up there? Do I not? Am I clear? You know, it was like he didn't trust his instinct, or the spotter telling him didn't quite get all the way up.
So there you go.
The 9 car was moving around a lot right there.
There you go. Still inside.
That's just a shitty feeling. So there we go. That is going to be it for this episode. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and yeah, we'll be back next Sunday with part 2 of part 1.
Yeah, after seeing that replay off the bumper cam of the 98, it looks like he was just a little bit slow on the move, and that.
Bye.
I'm a killer.